This is a historical novel, isn't it? What were your primary sources?
My primary sources. Well, most of them, many of them, are at Yale. In the Yale archive, which is made up predominantly of H.D.'s papers, we find all of the letters that Aldington sent to her during the First World War and after the First World War, and there are a number of gaps in them, but there are over 1,000 letters that he sent to her right up until the time of her death in 1961. So the primary record, of course, is his letters to her, but we also have her letters to him. They aren't at Yale, they're at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, and so I drew on them as well. It's difficult, though, because they need to be interleaved in order to have anything approaching a full picture of that correspondence. H.D. also wrote, as did Aldington, to many of their mutual and friends, to their parents, to other members of their family, during the period both before, during, and after the First World War. And sometimes you'll find a letter as late as the 1950s, which will reflect back onto the First World War experience. So those are the primary materials in those two archives. There are also additional archives at Harvard. For example, there is the Amy Lowell papers. There was a lot of correspondence between Aldington and H.D. and Amy Lowell, the American poet, during 1914, 1915, 1916, even into 1917. So that definitely covers the war years. The other primary sources are the novels that H.D. and Aldington wrote about their own experience, autobiographical novels, some of them more autobiographical, such as H.D.'s Bid Me to Live, or some of them less autobiographical and more generally about the war climate and the war experience, such as Richard Aldington's Death of a Hero. And just about everybody in their circle, D.H. Lawrence, John Cornels, just about everybody in their circle who wrote in prose wrote autobiographical novels in which they feature as characters. And you even have Ezra Pound in the Cantos reflecting on the First World War and on Aldington's own war experience.